go. Okay, I'm happy about this. Putting these little stinkers in my ears. All right, so let's do it. We're actually going to start in a child's pose today. So we'll get into child's pose. And I often do this when I'm thinking about a variety of arm balances because it's such an interesting posture, this child's pose. It's meant to be, of course, like this restorative thing, but at the same time, you're actually in the shape of a crow pose. So as you drop in, you can bring the knees together just to feel how that is, and rounding the back over the knees, rounding the torso over the legs, letting the head drop down, and just letting it be a restorative way to contract the hips. Maybe relaxing the head all the way down, familiar child's pose, maybe walking the arms forward for tented fingers, totally up to you. But just simply noticing how close the knees are to the chest. Because when we get to arm balances like crow pose and side crow, you actually want to have your knees this close to your torso, touching completely. So let's walk the arms to the right for a moment. Then on over to the left. Back into center. Let's come on up to table pose and cat and cow it out. We'll inhale, tail and chin up, and exhale, round inward. Inhale again, just pulling it in and lifted. Exhale, rounded in. Good. Again, inhale, pull it out, just stretch it up across the heart. Yep. And exhale, curl it into the upper back. Good, nice. Inhale again, round it open. And exhale, curl in. Take one more. Inhale, nice and slow. And exhale, round it in. So stay in this rounded shape. Really push the shoulder blades apart. And as we're here, we're going to do a little bit of core work. If you want to just look up at here, look up at me really quick. I'll just show you what we're going to do. So we're going to be in this little cat pose shape. We're just going to bring one knee to the elbow and set it back. And the other knee to the elbow and set it back. And we're going to try 5 on each side. So it's kind of like a crow pose, but with the knees. So just going ahead and just starting the process, really rounding into the upper back, noticing how it feels to bring the knees into the outer arms. Sucking the belly in as you can. And when you've done your 5 on each side, I lost count on mine end, but when you've done your 5 on each side, come back to your table pose and we'll do a little eye of the needle. Let's inhale the right arm to the sky and exhale, bring that shoulder to the floor. You can press hands together here if you would like. Slowing down breath as per usual and just getting into the rotation and just let it be easy. Optional stretch to deepen, lifted arm past your ear, maybe it would feel good. Or even around your low back, maybe that would feel good. Take the lifted hand back under the shoulder. Use your core to come back up. Slow inhale. Lift your right arm back to the sky. And table pose, exhale. Let's do other side from your core though. Inhale, sweep it up. And exhale, bring that shoulder to the floor. So we're just preparing the spine for twisting motions. And this is such a good one in preparation for that. Maybe taking your lifted arm past your ear, if you did that before, it could feel good, or you can stick that part, up to you. We'll take the right hand back underneath the shoulder. Inhale slow, let's curl it all the way back up. And find your way back to table. So let's move into your downward dog. Flip the toes with the hips. And paddle and move. What's creaking around? What needs to pop? So letting those things happen. Beautiful. So let's take your right leg to the sky, just take it up and be right there. Don't do anything else. Let's see if you can point through the toes. Access your glutes or your booty. And see if you can lift your leg a few more centimeters because you're squeezing your bum. Good, and let's bring that back to the floor. Let's do the other side. It should feel like a lot of work. Picking up left leg, just nice and tall. Letting it be straight up there, pointing through the toes, squeezing your bum. Big inhale and exhale, bring it down. Let's look forward. We'll walk up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway, inhale. And exhale, fold. We're going to bring the right hand underneath your face. Please bend your right knee, twist open to your left. Good, so you could have your right fingers tented, or maybe even your hand on a block if you need it, but use this opportunity to really stretch up across the heart. Good, big inhale, exhale, let's switch it, left hand down, bend left knee, twisting open to the right. Big inhale here and exhale, return to forward fold. Halfway rise, take a breath in and fold, breath out. Let's bend your knees. We'll come on up through chair pose. Good. In your chair, let's bend your elbows. We'll bring the hands together behind the head, squeezing the elbows together, squeezing the palms together back there, squeezing the bum, lifting the heart. Take the arms back up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, let's fold into the legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, step or jump your way back. Look lower down halfway or all the way. Very nice. Inhale, opening into your back bend of choice. Feel free to move around if you'd like. Whenever you're ready for down dog, you can rise the hips and get there. Really nice. And again, let's take the right leg to the sky. Inhale. This time, let's open the hip and bend the knee on your exhale. A few rounds of breath here to stretch out the fronts of your hips. And inhale, let's kick the leg up. Come back to down dog, exhale. We'll do left leg. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, dog of the fire hydrant here. Good, and inhale, kick it back up. And come on back to down dog. Let's look forward. Step or jump on up to the top. Halfway rise, inhale. Exhale, fold, come on back through chair pose. Inhale, and let's turn the arms open to your right, just for a few rounds of breath here. As you do so, see if you can center your right knee directly forward. Sometimes your hips will shift so that your right knee draws back, but see if you can keep your knees together and just turn the torso. Good, it's easier said than done, but this will be really important in your side crow. Come on back to center, inhale, arms can lift. Exhale, move to your left. Try to push your left hip forward so that way your knee doesn't float back and away from the alignment of the right. Come on back to center, inhale, and exhale, let's fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold once again, the right hand underneath your shoulder. We're gonna pick up your left leg behind you in standing half moon balance, sort of fun. Just taking a few cycles of breath. If you need to bend your standing knee, feel free. Use your outer hip, pick up that leg a little taller, inhale. Chair pose on your exhale. Inhale, let's pick up the arms, Utkatasana in full. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold left hand underneath shoulder, right leg up behind you. Just finding your balance here. Finding your standing half moon. Asking the outer hip to engage. Getting into your booty. Big inhale, and come on back to your chair pose on your exhale. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, let's fold. So good. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, step or jump back and lower down. Inhale, open into your back bend. Down dog on your exhale. Good. Let's take right leg to the sky. Inhale. And exhale, open the hip and bend the knee once again. Inhale, pick the leg up. We're going to step the foot between the hands on your exhale. Stay low, and we're going to twist open to the right. Just a few cycles of breath. Dropping the hips and lifting through the chest. Big breath in, and breath up the hands back to the floor. Step back and lower down. Inhale, back bend. Down dog, exhale. Left leg high, inhale. Exhale, open the hip, bend the knee. Inhale, kick it back up. Send it forward, exhale. Stay low in your lunge and turn open to your left. Good, I love it. Drop the hips, yes. Keep that back leg active, yes. Lifting through the chest, big inhale, and exhale, land the hands, step back, lower down. Inhale into your back bend. Down dog, exhale. Good. So let's take the forearms to the floor for a little bit of dolphin. And just steady into your dolphin pose. Such a good one. If you want a little more activity in dolphin, lean forward into the arms, maybe look at your thumbs. And come on back to your downward facing dog. So good. Let's inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, look forward. Step or jump to the top. Rise halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold. We'll come back into chair pose. We'll take our obligatory chair twist, palms together. Turn to the right. Look down at the knees and bring left hip back so the knees are in alignment. And then see if you can bend the knees a little bit more. Yes, so good. Twisting open. Yes, good. Breath in. Exhale, look down. Come back to chair pose. Inhale. And exhale, move to your other side. So it should feel like a lot of work for your legs, even if you've done this with me for the last 5 years. A lot of work on the legs here to stay in chair pose this whole time. Bend your knees a little bit more. Good. Open the chest. Yes, so good. Big inhale. Exhale, look down. Inhale to chair. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold, step or jump your way back. Lower down. Inhale into your back bend. And downward facing exhale. Good. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Exhale, plank, knee to right armpit. Take your back leg back to the sky. Inhale, exhale again, knee to right armpit. Inhale, pick it back up. Exhale, plank, knee to right armpit. Inhale, kick the leg back to the sky. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Stay low once again, twisting open to the right. Few more rounds of breath, dropping the hips. We're going to take this back into a standing half moon balance. So inhale, pick it up. Right hand to the floor. Open the hips to your left. I know it's weird. Kind of fun. Let's use that outer hip. Pump that leg up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big inhale, lift it. Let's find a warrior two. Thank goodness. Okay, we're standing up. Little peaceful warrior just to stretch it out. Take a nice counter stretch. Really rise to the rib cage in preparation for some back bends to come. And move on into warrior two. Inhale. A nice extended side angle on your exhale. Getting into your flexibility. Good. Opening up across the chest. Pushing through that back foot. Big inhale and exhale, release the hands back to the floor. Step it back and lower down. Inhale, opening to back bend. Down dog, exhale. Good. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to left armpit. Again, inhale, kick it back up. Exhale, knee to left armpit. Inhale, pick it up. One more time. Exhale, touch that armpit. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, bring the foot between the hands. Sink low. Twist to the left. Good. Dropping the hips. Lifting the chest. We'll prepare once again for the standing half moon. Inhale. And exhale, left hand to the floor. Push down into standing leg to float the back leg up. And lifted hip, here we go, up and down with that leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big inhale and warrior two on your exhale. Good, so fun. Let's take a nice peaceful warrior to stretch it open. Pull in the rib cage higher. Try to draw the low belly in as you can. And moving back into warrior two, inhale, and move to your extended side angle. Playing with your flexibility, maybe dropping down into the hips a little bit. And pushing into that back foot. Big breath in and breath out. Move into your chaturanga. Step it on back and lower down. Inhale, here's that back bend. Down dog, exhale. Good, we'll drop those elbows once again for your dolphin pose. Good. So we're going to take 10 dolphin push-ups. Palms flat to the floor. These are obligatory these days, especially if you're doing arm balancing. Look forward at your thumbs, chin to the thumbs for 10. Bring it back up. 9, bring it back up. 8, so good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it lower for 5. Just stay down if you can. Otherwise, dolphin is fine. 4, 3, 2. Back up to dolphin and downward facing dog. There's a lot. Good stuff. Good. So let's get your right leg back to the sky. Inhale and exhale, plank, knee to opposite armpit. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, plank knee to opposite armpit. And again, inhale, lift the leg behind. Exhale, plank knee to opposite armpit. Inhale, pick it back up. And exhale, step the foot forward. We're going back in for another twist, but this time let's drop your back knee to the floor, get a little deeper. You can turn your front toes outward to 2 o'clock to twist if you would like. You may grab your back foot or ankle to enjoy a little bit more of a yin hold. Let's just slowly breathe in and out, letting the hips relax. Letting this concept of yoga asana kind of slip away and instead really focus in on the breath work. Feeling inhale to exhale. But if you have your foot, let's slowly release it. Inhale here, back to standing half moon on your exhale. So listen, in your standing half moon as we're here, let's bend your lifted leg, try to grab for the foot behind you. Sort of fun. Let's see if you can just find a little bit more. That's beautiful, I love it. If you have your foot, let's release it. Coming back into your warrior 2, inhale. Then we're going to turn it into a crescent lunge on your exhale. So you can pick up your back heel. We are going to take a lunge twist, palms together. Inhale, exhale, lean forward and twist to the right. This might be an opportunity for you to open the wings. If you want to play with that, you can take a lifted arm to 12 o'clock. Lower hand though, lower arm to the outside edge of that front leg. Just breathe as you lean over to the right, pushing down into the legs, moving your front knee forward just a little bit more. Big inhale, exhale, look down, come back up to your lunge. Take a breath in and breath out the hands down to the floor, inside edge of front foot. So listen, I'm gonna move this way. A little scissor play, arm balance, bring the front heel up towards your butt. Maybe bending into the elbows, kicking the legs up into scissor kick. Play with it a little bit, sort of fun. Good. Taking chaturanga arm just to see if that's possible. Good. Leg. So good. Yeah. Good. Nice. When you're through with that playfulness, you can make your way back to your vinyasa, up dog, down dog, all the things. Good. Nice. Other leg time, left leg high, inhale. Exhale, plank knee to right armpit. Inhale again, pick it up. Use your core, squeeze that knee into the other armpit. Inhale again, lift it. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, step it between the hands. Drop the back knee, turn front toes out. Take a mini hip stretch. Could be a wicked hip stretch if you want to grab your back foot. So crow pose, side crow have a lot of what's called flexion in the hips, where the legs are super close to the torso, where we're actually activating hip flexors as well as core. So these openers, the hip openers, these re-stretches, these extensions are really important to get us back into. Good. Take a breath in and breath out, release it back into your standing half moon balance. Picking up back leg. Maybe grabbing back foot behind you to stretch it open. Maybe just playing with this concept of grabbing that back foot. Maybe one side feels doable, the other side is like, heck no. Wherever you're at, take a big inhale, release, exhale, come on back to your warrior 2. And finding your way into your crescent lunge. Picking up your back heel for your lunge. Let's take that twist, palms in front of the chest. Inhale, exhale, twist your left. Trying to get the lateral lean of the chest over to the outside edge of that front knee. Good. You may open the wings if that feels safe. Noticing how it is, what may or may not work on this side compared to the other side. Good. Good, I like all the stuff that's happening. It's good. Last breath in, exhale, look down, come on back up to your crescent lunge. Inhale, press it up, and exhale, we'll take the hands down, inside edge of front foot. Here we go for that Kundalini play. Front foot lifts, knees still up into the armpit. Practicing chaturanga arms, leaning forward, kicking the legs outward. Little play. Chaturanga arms, yes. It's a lot of flexion in this one. Feel free to float through vinyasa. Manishi, you really almost have that. That was good. See. All right, so taking those elbows back to the floor, here we go for some more dolphin. Some additional strength for the shoulders and upper back. Just practicing what's cool is this particular posture, and I've said this before to certain people individually, not sure if I've mentioned it in the group, but this is a great posture to remind your shoulders where they really actually should be landing, especially in your downward facing dogs, and certainly for arm balances, because we do want to work the strong engagement of your upper back here. So in your dolphin pose, if you would like to pick up a leg, maybe play with Pincha Mayurasana, feel free to do that. You can kick up the middle of the room, or just simply take one leg to the sky for 5 rounds of breath, and then switch legs. But do lean forward into the arms. Do walk the standing foot closer to the elbows so that you can get a little bit more vertical. Yes, Julie. Make sure those elbows are directly under the shoulders. Good evening, puppies. Looking good. I love it. Yes, Andrea, this is good. Keep pointing the leg up there. Yes. Yes. Good. Beautiful. So listen, you may take a vinyasa, meaning you would have to come back to down dog, or you can lay in a child's pose for a moment. So I'm taking you through kind of a little bit of a lot of work here. A little bit of a lot of work, not a whole lot of work, but a little bit. Just see how you're doing. Great. So we're going to make your way into a flipped dog. So whenever you're ready, you can come back to downward dog first. And we'll take the right leg up, inhale, and let's flip it on over. Half flip, as always, is fair game. But just working on the action and pushing into the feet. And seeing if you can stretch out the fronts of the hips. So just actively opening across the chest. Reaching for the floor behind you. And then we'll make our way back around. Take a big inhale, lift the leg. And we're going to bring that foot between the hands once again. Dropping the back knee for a little bit of Anjaneyasana. So in this moment, we're going to interlace fingers behind the back. Opening up across the chest. Just sending that right hip back and the left hip a little forward to maximize the opening across the left hip. Reaching across the heart to really breathe into that space. We are going to make our way into a little bit more of a deep twist. Arms to the sky, inhale. Then exhale the palms in front of the heart. So I'm actually going to turn and face this way. You all stay where you're at. So where we're going to go here is we're going to take the lean forward with the chest and a lateral. I'm going to use my hands for emphasis. I'm going to lean over to the right and try to get my torso to actually lean way over to the right. Okay? So I've got my front knee kind of pushing forward. I've got my chest way over to the right of my leg. Okay. And here we're gonna open the arms. So deeper twist. Hopefully you have the shoulder in contact somewhere with the outer knee. If that's working for you, cool. If you're like, yeah, it's not really working, that's okay. We're just heading there. Okay. Here we go to open the upper arm to the sky. Breathe in for 5. Good. Right arm up. Thanks. 4. That's it. Keep leaning over to the right with your chest. 3, 2. Good. Slowly release out of this on 1. We're going to make your way into Bakasana. So back foot, bring it forward. Here's your crow pose. Good. Getting into your crow. For 5, 4, yay, Bakasana. 3, I don't think anybody was expecting that. 2, step or jump back to your plank and take Chaturanga. Yeah. Move into that back bend, inhale, gorgeous. Down dog, exhale. Let's take the other leg for the same journey. Inhale, left leg to the sky. You may choose to flip or not flip, but try to get across the hips. Try to stretch wherever you're at. Reaching for something that perhaps feels kind of out of reach, but yet doable. Getting a little bit more out of it. Yes, I love it. And when you're ready to turn around, take your time. Kicking that leg to the sky. Take a nice inhale and exhale the foot between the hands. Come on up to your Anjaneyasana again and feel free to pat your back knee up. Dragging right hip forward now and left hip back. And when you're ready, we'll take the interlocked fingers behind the back, lifting the heart. Actually asking the sternum to rise up a few more centimeters. And we'll inhale, release it, lift the arms high. And exhale, we'll bring the palms in front of the heart. So again, we're going to lean into the left leg and take the lateral leaning of the chest way over to your left. Way over to your left. Seeing if you can get the whole right arm on the outside of that front knee. Good. And kind of tuck it in there by bending the front knee a little bit more. And then you can take your left arm to the sky. Good. For 5, 4, it's a pretty deep twist. 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands down, back into your Bakasana. Stepping back foot forward, pick it on up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step it or jump it on back and lowering down. Inhale, open the fronts of your hips, lift through the heart, and make your way back into your downward facing dog. Good. So let's come down to table for a second. We'll just do a little bit of wrist stretching because we are going to head into side crow from here. So just take your right hand, flip it over. Just a quick stretch out of the wrist, back of the hand, forearm. Feel free to turn and spin the hand so the fingers point in different directions, just noticing different stretches that you can get. Yeah. And then let's switch hands. Maybe turn the fingers back toward the knees or anywhere else that feels interesting. Just purposely getting into a stretch. Good. And both palms flat. For a second, let's flip over your toes. We're gonna sit back onto the feet. So I do have my toes on the floor, kind of like I'm in stilettos. And just take a moment to take the arms to the sky. We're gonna grab elbows up there and lift through the chest. Just working to stretch the rib cage upward. So we're gonna head into side crow from here. If being on your toes is no good for you, you can release it. So let's go ahead and take your arms out of that little bind. So the way that I learned side crows is kind of a fun thing. I learned it from toe squat, okay? So that's why I was having us on our toes. And then I had us, or I learned it kind of in this way of actually really finding your balance in your toe squat first. So this may or may not be accessible to some people, but I really like this this entry because I can actually turn my whole torso to one side and really lean over. And this for me was actually very powerful because once I realized I actually had to lean over and also plug the knees up toward my chest, that helped me significantly. So I know some of you are kind of trying to figure out some of the portions to this. So do try to pull the knees up as close as you can to your chest and keep them there the whole time. The other piece for me that was really pivotal is making the connection of both elbows to my to that leg on the side of which I am twisting into. So knees up, both elbows on the leg, find chaturanga arms, and really settle the whole body into the elbows to lift the feet up, okay? Of course, there's the one-armed side crow too, so if you know it, you can play with that. Otherwise, try both arms. You can go ahead and play with that. Good. Keep those knees hugged to the chest. Keep the elbows on that thigh. Good. Yes. Good, everyone. You got it. Beautiful. Some folks in the audience might want to play with the scissor kick, the Kundinyasana the other direction, in which case I would say, take your side crow first, start the process of kicking out the legs, and you can come back into your side crow. Okay, so let's play with those things. If you did side crow one side, you're kind of new to that, go to the other side. If you want to play with the scissor legs, do it. Have fun with that. Keep those knees toward your chest. Good. Yeah, roll out your hands at any time. Good, Manishi, you're there. That was it. That was good. Yeah, feel free to come down. Yeah, it's good, Avalon. That was great. Feel free to come down. Take a little shake out of your hands, a little shake out of your wrists. Do some, if you want to switch your wrists or maybe take a Padahastasana, you can take the hands underneath your feet, palms face up, or just take the wrists behind your knees. A little swish. Good, awesome. We're gonna do some more hip opening because there's a lot of contraction. Oh, it's fun. All right, so let's take a little vinyasa from here. You can never jump your way back to your plank. Reopen everything as you move through. Good. So let's look forward. We're going to hop through to a seat. And you may choose either. Some folks might be interested in the double pigeon today or the Gomukhasana today. So just make a choice for your body, whatever you need to work on the most. I like the Gomukhasana for me because it's, I don't know, I really feel it. Traditional Gomukhasana is a little bit different than this one, and that's okay. This is our vinyasa style Gomukhasana. So just getting into the leg portion. If you are doing the double pigeon, feel free to fold. If you're doing Gomukhasana, you want to take the more traditional variation. You can take lifted arm, right arm high if you have right leg on top, left arm behind, maybe grab fingertips in between shoulder blades, and just reopening shoulders, reopening chest. Okay? Wherever you're at, just take your time to breathe everything upward. Double pigeon, folks, if you're folding, make sure you're really accessing the rotation of the hips. If you have the Gomukhasana arms, let's just slowly release them. Take an inhale, lift your chest. Everyone together, fold, get a little bit deeper. And good. And we'll slowly inhale, come up. And exhale, release the legs. Remember which leg was on top. If you didn't have the right one, remember that you had the left one on top, okay? So we're gonna take a little core work in between. We're gonna do crow pose in your seat to low boat, and we're gonna come back up. We're gonna try it 10 times, okay? So really access that core. If you can't do 10 because it's too fast or it's too difficult to find your core the whole time, do 5 really, really strong, okay? So just going ahead, don't worry about the count. Just really find your core. More important to do it correctly than it is to bust out 10. I used to take kickboxing classes and they would pride us on how many sit-ups we could do in a minute. And you know what? A lot of people end up hurting themselves doing such craziness. So instead, focus on good form. Focus on appropriate engagement. Good, when you've done all 10, let's slowly lower down. We're going to take one back bend in between leg sides. So choose the back bend, maybe bridge pose, maybe full wheel pose. Set it up and lift for 5, 4, goodness, 3, bring your thighs into each other together. 2, big inhale on 1, and exhale, slowly lower. You can windshield wiper the legs. And we'll rock on up to a vinyasa. So rock on up, cross those shins, inhale, pick it up, and exhale, hop it back, lowering down. Inhale, let's reopen the chest, and exhale, lift through the hips. Look forward, hop through to your seat, and we'll take the other leg on top, either double pigeon or the Gomukhasana. Settling into the hips, the rotation there. Slowing down breath. Maybe closing eyes. And then determining if you're going to take the arm variation or if you're simply just going to not. Up to you. If you're going for arm variation, whatever leg is on top, that's the arm that will lift. Other arm behind you, just noticing if it works today. And then doing your very best to lift the chin. And asking your hips not to clench in the process. Folks who have their arms bound, you can release them. Let's all, everyone together, inhale, sit up, and exhale, folding in. Just relaxing. Love it. These are very lovely postures. So good. We'll slowly inhale to come up. And exhale. Releasing once again, the legs here. We're gonna do a little bit more core work, but this time we're gonna take a little side crow boat. So a little chair twist, but we will take the arms in a chaturanga just to emphasize the whole process. So as we're here, try to bring the knees up toward the chest and really squeeze everything in for 5. I know it's weird. 4, pretend you're inside crow, lift the chest. 3, try to suck the belly in, push the knees into the arms. 2, 1, come to the other side. Start it maybe in prayer twist, just so you can finagle the arms over there. Take a little lateral lean, and then find your chaturanga arms for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center, inhale, and exhale, let's lower it down. One more back bend, set it up, whatever that needs to be for you. Pushing the ground away, and we'll lift for 10, 9, don't let this scare you, just do what you can. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, big inhale on 1, and exhale, a slow release. Windshield wiper legs. Beautiful. Maybe a little happy baby, maybe a little supine twisting. Just get into the final things of your practice. Do head into yogi's choice from here, just for like a minute. Maybe you want to play with something specific. Go upside down. More Pincha Mayurasana, more arm balance stuff. We broke down a lot of things today, so maybe there's some additional play just to solidify concepts. Do you mind doing demonstrating? Yes, from the down dog. Oh, from the side. Yeah, I was going to do that. So the question is the scissor legs from side crow, heading into side crow, like I was saying, knees to chest. I'm going to use both of my elbows for this. And then I'm going to take the top leg, shoot it back, bottom leg shoots forward. So that one's super fun. Nice. So keep the bottom one to your knee. Yep, that was good. That was good. So think about the top one eating. Shoot the top leg back to that other one. And then straighten out the bottom one towards me. Yes. That was good. I work on that. I don't want to feel like I will get it eventually. And maybe your hands are a little too close. Of course, they're super long. Not necessary, but still fun. Yeah. Good. So getting yourself into anything final. But just do start to wind it down. Maybe taking a little gas at 11 Baddha Konasana, any forward folding, anything that just wants to be. And you're all well practiced enough to know what that might be. Beautiful. And we'll work our way into your final rest from here. So just taking your time to settle in. start to come back. As always, just feeling the feet, letting them move. Feeling the hands, curling in the fingers. Noticing the head, if it wants to move from side to side, just let that motion unfold. Taking the arms, however you'd like to stretch. Reawakening as you drag the knees toward the chest a hug. Roll over onto the right side. And we'll rise on up to your seat. Simply noticing the effects of your practice today, whatever that was for you. Whatever emotions came up, whatever sensations came up. And was it possible for all of us to come back to the state of breath, that equal inhale to exhale, that equanimity from the inside out? For that's truly the quest of this practice, is to find balance with everything we do. Bowing our heads today, because we're along this journey together. And we'll close with the sound of Om. Inhale. Om. Thanks everyone so much for joining tonight. Namaste. Thanks everyone at home. Thanks Avalon. See you. Look everybody, I have like the sun behind my head. Woo. There's sunshine in Ithaca. Here we go. Shut it down.